Right, today I'm going to be a mind reader and I'm going to tell you exactly why you have failed as an affiliate marketer up until this moment. Remember guys, 75% of you watch my videos but do not subscribe. Massively helps me out, takes 2 seconds of your time. So please smash that subscribe button. Also, what's really important, let me just get myself properly in the middle of the screen here. What's really important is the information I'm going to give you today is going to be the absolute truth as to why you fail as an affiliate marketer or why you have failed up until this point. It's no point just listening to this and doing nothing about that truth, okay? If you believe it, if you understand it, and you're like, yes, that's exactly me, then you have to change it. And there's going to be an opportunity for you to do that at the end, all right? So just pay attention to everything that I'm saying, okay? So this is what happens. You come online. You've got circumstance that you want to change in your life, right? Could be anything, right? Could be you want to get out of your 9 to 5, you're in debt, you want to not be living paycheck to paycheck, you just want something more out of your life, right? Understandable. I was no different back in 2016. Okay, so you come online. What are you kind of feeling at this point? Super excited. Okay, super excited. You've seen affiliate marketing, you've seen this opportunity to generate cash online. You might have even invested into a program. Let's say you have invested into a program. So massively excited, really hopeful about the amount of money that you could be generating, potentially even unrealistic about the amount of money that you could be generating based on the type of marketing that has been provided to you and how much you've taken in. Okay, so how many questions you've asked and those kind of bits kind of go hand in hand with like what your expectations are when you first start. If you don't ask many questions, you just go and buy the marketing material, you're probably going to have a blinkered view of the expectations of getting results inside of that program. Okay, so all of that excitement, all of those kind of bits, you invest into it, you start the training, you've still got that level of excitement. And in actual fact, when you're going through the training, you're feeling a lot of, I guess there's like a lot of kind of self-worth as you're going through it. You're like, yes, great, I've done module 1, yes, fantastic, module 2. You're building up your confidence. You haven't got any anxiety about what you're doing. You're at a place where you're going like, do you know what, I feel like I've got a really good community around me. You really like your mentor, you know, he's a nice guy, a woman, like whatever it is. You're focusing on these elements, you're still going through the training, you're turning up to the coaching calls, you're loving life, everything's great, right? And then you start implementing the methodology. Then you start implementing the actual process of how you get traffic and convert that traffic into paying customers. If you're in the affiliate marketing realm, and the whole element of all of this is about making the outcome of generating cash, okay? So everything that is taught in the training, you take out all the bells and whistles, what it's all about is how you get traffic, how you convert that traffic into paying customers, okay? That's what it's all about. So you start doing that. And day by day, week by week, maybe even month by month, your excitement levels start dipping a little bit, okay? They start just dipping just a little bit, right? And then it gets to a point where you feel your expectations haven't been met, okay? You felt that you could have got further by this point in time. But you get on the coaching call and like they say, like, you've got to trust the process and those kind of bits, and, you know, it G's you up just a little bit, you get a little bit more excitement again, you get that back and you kind of commit to yourself, right, I'm going to give this everything I've got, you try and be consistent and disciplined. But again, nothing's really occurring at this point in time, okay? And then that excitement kind of dips off to the point where now you've got a pain that you want to get away from. Okay, so suddenly, for all of the time that you were thinking about investing into this one thing, you invested into this thing, you're following the training, you've started it, for all that period of time, you've had your blinkers on and you've not looked at anything else. When things have got to a place where your expectations haven't been hit, and you're at a point where you've started to develop a pain for it, well then suddenly you're now opening up your mind to being marketed to. Again, once again. So as you were when you first started. So now you're eager to get away from that pain point. And you look at other things out there online. And again, something else grabs your attention. Maybe you're talking to someone who's inside of that program and they're generating great results. You go for all the marketing materials, those kind of bits. You invest once again. Hey, guess what's happened? You're feeling super excited again. You're saying to yourself, like, this is the one. I made a bad decision before, but this is the one. This is the one that I'm going to be generating some serious cash with. And guess what? It's the same feelings that you had on day one with your first product or program. And the same thing happens again. You're going through the training, still super excited. You love the community. You think your mentor's like really cool. Like all of those elements. And then bit by bit, you're trying to be consistent and all of those elements, which are really important, right? Don't get me wrong. It's really important to be consistent and disciplined on anything that you're doing online. And you're trying that, but you're not getting the result. guess what happens again? Like it doesn't even, you don't even realize it. Your expectations ain't getting hit. You start to develop a pain point, and guess what happens again? You get marketed to again, and suddenly this vicious cycle is just occurring and occurring. You're investing 1,000 here, 2,000 here, 3,000 here. You're spending a little bit of time in, and then you're going like, "Nah, this didn't work for me." You might even say, "Oh, that was a scam." Like it didn't work exactly, and maybe it was an actual scam, right? But in actual fact, I wouldn't go that harshly on a lot of affiliate marketing programs and products. A lot of them are not good for you for one particular reason, and that is because they focus on the one-to-many traffic strategy. If you look at everything that you've invested into right up until this point, at its core, you take away all the marketing hype, you take away all of that stuff. What is it actually focusing on? It's focusing on teaching you the one-to-many traffic strategy, methodology. So either creating content or ads into a funnel, building a list. That's what it's about. Probably focusing, if you're doing content, it's focusing on teaching you how to brand yourself. Almost like a guru, a teacher, educator, mentor, like whatever it is, right? It's branding yourself as that. You haven't achieved the outcome. You haven't got confidence. You haven't got authenticity in what you're doing. You don't need people to be, you don't even want to be in a place where you're trying to stop people from scrolling and going like, listen to me. Because you're doing that alongside tens, hundreds and thousands of other people who are literally the same as you. Some of those people are even promoting the same thing. So even if you're building up a following, well, guess what? That following isn't uniquely yours. It's not like some really small micro niche. We're talking about the make money online industry. A lot of the people in your following are part of everyone else's following, right? So they're not even uniquely yours. So you feel like there's these like milestones that you feel like, yeah, this is working, this is great, but you're not getting the result. You're not getting the result because you're doing the same thing as everyone else. And the things that you're investing into are basically the same things as what you've already had. Maybe with differing support, maybe different coaching call on a different day, maybe a different terminology for the things that you're doing. But it's all the same. It's all the same. So that's what happens. That's why you failed. Not only are you focusing on the same methodology all the time, right? Some version of the one-to-many, which is the wrong thing to be doing if you haven't achieved the outcome of actually making money online consistently. Not only that, but you're investing into a program, you're getting excited, your expectations ain't hit, you get a pain point, and then you're seeking something else to take you away from that pain, which is understandable, but you're investing into pretty much the same thing. And that's a vicious cycle. And then over time, you end up becoming bitter about it. You end up becoming like this ain't gonna work for me. This online game doesn't work. No, it's just that you're investing and reinvesting into the same stuff. And probably bit by bit, there's bits in there where you're not being super consistent, super disciplined, because deep down, you know what you're doing is brutally tough. And in actual fact, there may be a part of you that's going like, I don't even want to bring someone else into this because it is that tough. Well, it is that tough if you're doing the wrong stuff. So you know what I'm talking about, the solution for it? It's no point listening to this and going like, yeah, that's me, if you're not actually willing to focus on the solution. The solution is the 1-to-1 traffic method of DMs. I've generated multiple six figures through one-on-one conversations in a particular way. My affiliates generate thousands every single month by focusing on my very efficient DM system, where they don't need to put any major focus into branding. They don't focus on content, ads, building email lists, building funnels to begin with at all. They just focus on flowing people through my 5-step DM framework, right? And at the end of this video, you'll get to see like a word-for-word video of me running through one of those conversations of the types of things that they say inside of my 5-step DM framework. And once those leads come to me, I close them for them, and I go 50% on the commission, so $498.50 per sale. Imagine that, $498 per sale without having to do content, ads, building funnels, doing email lists, putting a major focus into branding, and just speaking to people one-on-one. It's a skill set. It's a fantastic skill set, and it'll take it anywhere you want to go. When you're speaking to people in conversation, like the English language is formidable. You master that skill set of speaking to people, and the way that you speak to people, you can make yourself a lot of money. Instead of scattering yourself amongst a whole bunch of different things when you don't feel confident in what you're doing because you haven't achieved the outcome, trying to think of content ideas when you haven't got the authenticity or experience to be able to really speak to people with the content that they need to be hearing. That's what it's about. You have to do things in stages, and some people throw themselves into or are thrown into situations where they're having to do the things that only people who are maybe at my point should really be doing. In actual fact, it should always start with conversations. So, a few things for you to do. If you've got more questions, if you've been following me for a while, and you've got more questions to ask about my DM Academy and how it can help you, then in the description below, you're going to see a link to message me on Facebook. Message me, ask me those questions. If you've been following me for a while, or you haven't, but you're completely sold on what we do inside of the DM Academy, there's also going to be a link there for you to get inside and join the mission of what we're doing in the DM Academy. If you want any further information, I've got a masterclass on my channel as well, which you can look at when you look for the links. I'll even put it down in the description below as well. And that's going to give you more information on the risky ways of doing affiliate marketing, as well as what I refer to as the epic way of doing affiliate marketing. Like I said, there's no point listening to this and going, yeah, that's me, if you're not willing to do something about it. You've given up if that is the case. And I don't think you have given up. So, smash the subscribe button, first and foremost, because that literally takes 2 seconds of your time. Look at the description here and just pick your option. What are you going to do? Take action on it. Because your whole fortunes can change if you just take action in the right way. Because remember, the things that you're promoting does matter. The methodology that you're giving to people does matter. Because everyone that you're bringing into that opportunity is going to focus on that method. So it's very important that it's efficient for you as well as the people that you're going to bring in. Because any business should be able to help people achieve the outcome in the most efficient way possible. And if what you're doing right now, or what you've been doing all this period of time, and you've been failing at, is not the most efficient way of doing it, well, you're not really helping other people, are you? So, smash the subscribe button, take action, and I'll see you in the next video.